Are you looking for the best electric kettles? In this video we will look at some of the 9 best kettles on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description, so make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Starting at number 1. OXO Brew Adjustable Temperature Kettle. OXO's cordless glass adjustable temperature kettle is the only standard spout kettle we tested in its price range that lets you control the temperature to a single degree anywhere between 104°F to 212 degrees Fahrenheit, 43 degrees Celsius to 100 degrees Celsius. That kind of single degree variable temperature control is typically only found in pricier gooseneck kettles. It heats water quickly too. For cups of 72 degrees Fahrenheit water boiled in exactly 4 minutes, though we noticed a rolling boil about 2 seconds before the digital base displayed 212 degrees Fahrenheit, where the chirp alerted us to the fact that it had reached the target temp. The 1.7-liter capacity is generous, and the simple control panel is a single knob that doubles as the select button when pushed, plus a lighted LED display that shows the temperature of the water as it rises in real time. Just twist the dial until you reach your target temp and then push it to start heating. Next to the temperature reading are small icons to show whether the water is actively being heated or if it's the keep warm mode, which kicks on automatically once the water has reached the target temp and will hold it there for up to 30 minutes. Instructions for changing between Fahrenheit and Celsius or adjusting the temperature are conveniently printed on the electric base, along with a guide for setting the perfect temperature for coffee and different types of tea. The crystal clear borosilicate glass makes it easy to see when your water is boiling, or about to boil, and won't shatter under extreme temperature changes. Volume measurements are marked in liters and ounces, making it easy to fill with as much or as little water as you need. At number 2. Fellow Clyde Kettle. Temperature settings are great, but if you just need a kettle that goes from zero to boiling, there's nothing quite like the Fellow Clyde kettle. Fellow already makes our favorite gooseneck kettle, and the Clyde is a pared-down version of that. The Clyde looks like a modern-day version of a traditional tea kettle with the handle on top. The weight of the handle counterbalances the water as you pour, which is especially helpful since the Clyde holds 1.5 liters of water, more than many of the kettles we tested. The Clyde quickly heated up water and was incredibly quiet. Some of the kettles we tested got very loud as they worked to get water up to boiling. It also has a uniquely designed pour spout with a fine mesh grid. Pouring from this was like a dream. We think you could even use this to make a pour-over coffee, if you were very careful. The shape works in the Clyde's favor as well. We like that it's stout rather than tall, making it easier to fill, clean, and decale your kettles. Scale builds up easily in anything that touches water. Finally, this kettle is a looker. Out of all the kettles we tested, this is one that's made to live on your countertop, and if you want to stow it away, the 3-foot power cord wraps easily around the base. We can't ignore that this is one of the pricier kettles, but we think its design and ease of use justify the price tag. It also cannot be programmed to specific temperatures. As we said, it goes from zero to boiling, and that's that. But if you did want to use it to brew coffee or a tea that needs water closer to 200 degrees Fahrenheit, here's a quick tip: just wait about 30 seconds after the kettle hits its auto shutoff point. That should be enough time for the water temp to come down. At number 3. Fellow Stagg EKG Pro Electric Kettle. Thanks to smart design and a handful of convenient features that enhance the coffee brewing process, Fellow's coffee gear consistently outperforms the competition. This is perhaps most evident in the Fellow Stagg EKG Pro Adjustable Brew Kettle, an upgrade to the original Fellow Stagg EKG Electric Kettle, which was previously our favorite electric gooseneck kettle. Both have a sleek square base with a backlit LED display, true variable temperature control that allows you to adjust the temperature in single-degree increments from 104 degrees Fahrenheit to 212 degrees Fahrenheit with a smooth knob, a built-in brew stopwatch that can be engaged by pressing down on the knob for 2 seconds, and a beautifully designed gooseneck spout that allows for precise pours when making pour-over coffee. Both also have discrete switches on the back for switching between temperature units and engaging the keep warm function. But the Pro has added features that make it worth spending a little more. For example, there's altitude adjustment, because water boils at different temperatures at altitude than it does at sea level, volume control for the chime, a built-in clock, and the ability to update the firmware via Wi-Fi. You can also schedule brews, enable a guide mode that tells you what temperature you should have for different coffee and tea options, and set the temperature hold to 15, 30, 45, or 60 minutes. If you're serious about your pour-overs and want something that will look great on the counter, the fellow Stagg EKG Pro is worth the splurge. At number 4. OXO Brew Gooseneck Electric Kettle. Until the fellow Stagg hit the scene with all of its fancy pour-over features, OXO's adjustable temperature pour-over kettle was our favorite. And at less than half the price of the Stagg EKG Pro, we continue to enthusiastically recommend it as a budget option. The gooseneck spout allows for precise and even pouring, and this kettle has the same simple single-dial control panel as the standard spout OXO electric kettle, allowing you to set the temperature in single-degree increments from 140 degrees Fahrenheit to 212 degrees Fahrenheit. It boils water quickly too. 4 cups of water reach 212 degrees Fahrenheit in just 4 minutes, nearly 3 minutes faster than comparably priced electric gooseneck kettles. Like the OXO's standard spout electric kettle, the base of this gooseneck model features easy-to-read instructions for changing between temperature units and adjusting the temperature, plus a guide for selecting the best temperature for different kinds of coffee and tea. Like the standard version of this kettle, the gooseneck lacks any presets. But it recalls the last temperature setting you used when you turn it on, so at least there's that. At number 5. Ninja KT200 Precision Temperature Electric Kettle. Ninja's Precision Temperature Stainless Steel Kettle has a sleek brushed stainless steel exterior and a digital interface that displays temperature as it heats water from your starting temp to your target temp. You can manually set the temperature from 105 degrees Fahrenheit to 212 degrees Fahrenheit in 5-degree increments, until you reach 210 degrees Fahrenheit. Then the next increment is 212 degrees. There's also a boil button as well as one-touch preset temperature controls for coffee in 5 different types of tea: black tea, green tea, white tea, oolong, and herbal. It brought 4 cups of 72 degrees Fahrenheit water to a rolling boil in 4 minutes and 15 seconds, only 15 seconds slower than the OXO kettle. It also offers a nice little beep to let you know it's reached temperature and to warn you that the auto shut-off is about to kick in to keep it from boiling dry. Frustratingly, the keep warm setting shuts off when you remove the kettle from the heating element. This is in contrast to most other electric kettles, including our top pick, which will keep the water to temperature for up to 30 minutes or more, regardless of how many times you pick it up. When you can find it on sale, it's a great budget option. But at the suggested retail price, it costs about as much as the OXO and lacks some of its better features. At number 6. Hamilton Beach 1.7L Electric Tea Kettle. Hamilton Beach makes a range of pretty cheap small appliances for the kitchen, including coffee gear, and this glass electric kettle is one of them. The brand's now discontinued single-serve coffee and tea maker was not. It heats quickly, and while you can't set specific temperatures, the user-friendly control panel, which is built into the top part of the handle, has 6 presets for different teas: French press coffee, hot cocoa, and of course, boil. An automatic keep warm function will hold the water at the target temperature for up to 30 minutes, and boil dry protection senses when the kettle is empty and will automatically shut off to prevent scorching. Over the last few years of testing, we've seen the price on this skyrocket to as high as $80, but at $50, the price at the time of publishing, or less, it's definitely a good budget pick. At number 7. Fellow Stagg EKG Electric Gooseneck Kettle. There's so much to love about Fellow's original gooseneck kettle. Like our top pick, which is the pro version of this one, it's gorgeous and minimally designed, yet packs a lot of features into a small, sleek base. The manual temperature control allows you to adjust the temperature in single-degree increments from 135 degrees Fahrenheit to 212 degrees Fahrenheit, which is a wider range than comparable kettles, and the 1-hour temperature hold setting is generous too. It also features a brew stopwatch that gives you the ability to monitor how long your coffee is steeped when making a pour-over. Many of our editors have also used this kettle at home for years without issue. The only reason it's not our top gooseneck kettle pick is because the Stagg EKG Pro has more features, including, but not limited to, a clock, an adjustable temperature hold timer, and altitude adjustment. At number 8. Bonavita Digital Variable Temperature Gooseneck Electric Kettle. Though it lacks labeled preset buttons, the simple control panel of Bonavita's stainless steel electric gooseneck kettle allows you to manually set the temperature in 1-degree increments from 140 degrees Fahrenheit to 208 degrees Fahrenheit. There's also a boil button to reach 212 degrees Fahrenheit and a preset temps button that lets you toggle through a few different standard temperatures for tea and pour-over coffee. The presets can't be reprogrammed, but the machine will remember the last temperature you set it to and automatically set it as the target temperature the next time you turn it on. The backlit LED display shows you the temperature of the water as it heats in real time, and a hold button will keep the water at up to 208 degrees Fahrenheit for up to 60 minutes. Unless you read the manual, there's no way to know that you can switch from Fahrenheit to Celsius by holding down the plus and buttons at the same time for 3 seconds. A nearly identical looking model lacks the preset temps buttons and instead has a button for switching between temperature units. The Bonavita also doesn't heat as quickly as the fellow or OXO Gooseneck kettles, which is why it's no longer a top pick. But it's still a really great electric gooseneck kettle, especially if you get it on sale. At number 9. Bodum Melior Gooseneck Electric Water Kettle. The Bodum Melior Gooseneck Kettle is a good-looking gadget that's available at an accessible price. The cork handles look great contrasted against the matte black finish on the kettle we tested, plus they're nice to grip and always cool to the touch. But for a gooseneck kettle from a brand that, a decade ago, was to specialty coffee as fellow as today, it's kind of shocking that there are no temperature settings. In fact, there are no settings whatsoever, just an analog switch near the bottom of the kettle, not on the base, that when flipped up, will heat the water until it's boiling. But you don't want boiling water for pour-over coffee. It should be between 195 degrees Fahrenheit and 205 degrees Fahrenheit, and in addition to settings, this kettle lacks any sort of temperature display. If you simply want an affordable kettle that looks cool for the sole purpose of getting water to a rolling boil, it will do, but if you require any sort of precision or presets, definitely pass on this one.